Right now it's very good because we've got, you just mentioned Shelton Gibson. You've got, Nelson's having a great off season, and you've got some guys behind him that are really getting after it. So I think right now we've got a couple guys that are injured, which allows some of the younger guys to get up there. Mack to play a couple different positions, Shelton to get in there a little bit more, and a couple other younger guys that are having a chance to be looked at.
How's Mack come along since you saw him so many years ago in college?
Oh, he's gone light years since he's left college. Just the way he approaches the game is great, and studying and taking notes and the things that you talk about, to actually see him do it as this is your job now. Where in college it's a completely different deal. You're on scholarship, and the level of people there aren't quite as high. So who he's having to compete against is a little bit different. But obviously Coach Grove's done a fabulous job of taking this group and molding them to what they are today.
In the situation in the NFL nowadays, and you guys kind of fall into this position, you signed Mike to a one-year contract, and yet you've drafted Mack and are kind of grooming him in the same sort of way you might with a freshman or a sophomore. Are the processes similar? Are you want him ready for this season, obviously, but at some point, I would think in a best-case scenario, there would be a time maybe next year where you say, hey, we don't have to sign anybody to a one-year deal. We've got this guy who we drafted. Is that end game part of the whole coaching process too? Is that something that enters into thinking?
I think any time that you can go in and bring someone in from your farm club, as you say, and in that case you grow one from your own, that helps because they know the offense. They've been in it longer than someone who might be a one-year guy coming in one way, or 2 year, or however long they stay. So you would hope any of those guys that we drafted or free agent at that point that have been in the system mature into that player and become that guy that you don't have to use a higher pick because you've got developed into what you want.
Gunter, how do you establish yourself in this NFL room? How do you establish yourself with the guys? What's your tact to doing that?
Well, it's rapport. I think it's building relationships, and in the off season you've got more than an opportunity to do that, whether it's in the locker room or off the field as much, and just how you develop your message in the meeting room, and then on the practice field, how that's delivered. Players want to know that you care, and they want to know that you know what you're doing, and that's all a part of having a guy like Mike around, and Carson. He and I have the opportunity to absorb what he's done with them. So having him here is a big advantage too.
Coach, looking at your drills, the attention to detail, working on catching through contact and those type of things, who are some of the influences that you gotten some of your ideas from? How did you come about having such detailed drills and effective ones?
Well, Mike's one of them because he's a guy that, I actually played for Mike's dad in college, and he was a guy that highly attention to detail, microscopic attention to detail. So playing for a guy like that gives you your first start of, as a player, knowing what to expect and what the expectations are. But just being around the college world and the pro world, just visiting with coaches and other guys you've been around, and that's just part of your the vernacular as you start to visit with other people that have been in this league. And Clyde Christensen's a guy that I consider a mentor that's been around a long time and now with the Dolphins, but a guy that knows a lot, that visit with in the off season quite a bit, and have a lot of respect for him as a coach and a person. So there's various guys you've been in as long as I have. You come across a lot of guys, and we all just steal stuff from people and make it your own at some point.
So some of these drills date back to Agholor?
Oh, drills, fundamentals don't change in football. People like to say the games change or different things, but in the end, you still got to make the catch and make the play, and it becomes eye control or hand placement or body position. Right. So those things. So sometimes people might want to make it different than what it really is. But elbow grease, you still can't put. You got to put the work in.
It's just funny though, because we'll see them and they look brand new to us,
yeah.
Which means that something with that long a pedigree, with that distinguished coach, hasn't disseminated. Not all 32 teams don't do these things.
I don't know because I hadn't been on all the other ones, but the use of tennis balls and different things that you try to keep it creative for the kids, right. And the guys. So change them a little bit, but the only way to get good at something is do it over and over again. You find that in any good team, any good restaurant, any good business plan, any good anything, usually people are going to do something. That's going to be their core. What's their core? And then build out from there. But do the same thing over and over again until you master that, then you can move to something else.
Gunter, what does it take to be a freak?
Oh, fresh receivers, exciting all crowds smoothly. So, you know, on game day when it's time to make a play, that's when cream rises to the top. So, those particular guys, they show up on that da-na-na. You know, I mean, you know, you want to be on the top 10 plays. You want to make the play that everybody talks about. You want to make the catch that everybody in the league talks about. Whether it be a block, a route, or something that people use on there, hey, that one goes in the books. I mean, I'm going to use that for training tape. You know, you see something, you know, we just lost a great receiver in Dwight Clark. You know, people talk about the catch. It's still out there, you know, but that's a long time ago when that catch was made. But in the moment, you know, that catch could have been made in regular season. You don't even hear about it. But in that moment, now it becomes famous. So can you become famous and be that guy?